Ashla Ra Bola Oshno Ayoso Shara Akakanaka Oh Oshnaya Olalara. Yeah. That, my friends, is gibberish. And you might have thought, has Franny lost more of her mind? My point is the following. It isn't what we say, it's the frequency of the energy, and it is felt. There's so many things I want to say. By the way, I'm excited. This is the first time I'm using a marker. I just made a few notes before I started. But I'm really not interested in having things scripted, or I want to come from my spontaneous heart. And often I'll think I want to hit this point and talk about that, and I completely will go off in a different direction. I'll try to hit one or two, points, but reason being, I love flowing, because for so much of my life, I behaved and did what I thought I was supposed to do. And this morning, one of my beloved friends asked me to share my process when I was stuck in anxiety, when I was immobilized, emotionally paralyzed in a story I bought. And we can all stay stuck in our stories. She said, how was it that you were able to write a play and write a book and perform and do stand-up comedy and to do, dramatic things and blah, blah, blah. The truth is, I didn't have the wisdom that I now have, which I wish I did. So I'm sharing that with you now. And the following most crucial piece is, I didn't know that the most important, most precious thing I could have done for my younger self, and we're all eternal, this is not about, it's just, why waste time and money? Breathe into your belly, know who you are. Know who you are. Breathe and get out of your head. Your head is the story. And yes, of course, you want to use your intelligence. You want to make certain decisions. But what keeps us stuck is our mind. The old story that, as they say, makes you play small. Our lack of being worthy. And that is the most important thing. I didn't know I was worthy. We're all worthy. Babies are automatically worthy when they're born. And then they get a little effed up often by listen, the biggest regret that patients, and this comes to us from palliative care workers, people who work with people who are transitioning, dying, biting the bullet in the sky, whatever you want to call it. The biggest regret is, I wish I hadn't cared so much what other people thought of me, because I would have done so much more with my life. Totally true, quotable, you do a search. So how is it that we get stuck in having, I give a shit-itis about what other people think of me, itis, so badly. So one of the best things you can do is breathe into your belly and hum. Do it with me. Even when I'm talking, we're going to breathe up, what I call the love trunk, clearing out our chakras. We're going to do a longer form of this towards the end of this video, but we're going to do this 3 times. Anytime you are feeling unworthy, not good enough, not smart enough, not young enough, not old enough, not smelly enough. Okay, maybe not that, but okay. And hum down. One more, and then I'll get to why. Breathe into your belly, not up here. You don't want to activate fight or flight, not your upper lungs. Your belly, like babies breathe. Now we're humming up, and we're breathing down. What you're doing is you're activating 15 to 24 times more nitrous oxide during a hum than you would during a regular nose exhalation. What does that do? It's a vasodilator, opens up all of your veins in your whole body. So good for your cardiovascular system. It's anti-inflammatory. If you have a headache, but what it does is it soothes you. It soothes your your nervous system. It releases oxytocin and endorphins, and I could go on and on about the scientific data, do the research. So breath work and humming. How did I do it without that knowledge? I believe we all are here with a kind of a project that we came in to do, many projects, and one of mine was to share this story, which I had been brought up as a great secret that could get me and my family killed. So I knew it was keeping me stuck. I'd been told this story was going to get me killed every night when I was a little girl, starting at the age of 9 and during the day. So it was in my, it was a somatic block. It was stuck in my, but I just couldn't. I kept getting to a place in my life and in my professional relationships, and I kept getting stuck. So I knew intuitively that this story, this fear, this secret, we're as sick as our secrets, as they say, was keeping me stuck. So I asked for permission from certain members of my family, and I was granted a lawsuit if I went ahead and did it seriously. But I stopped looking for permission. I'm not in any way suggesting you should go out and write your life story, or you should do something if it might get you in trouble. Don't smoke weed. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying in my case, that was my decision because the risk felt less scary than not doing it. I just felt it would free me. I just knew it. It was in my soul. It was in my soul. And so I went ahead and I just began on my old typewriter writing my story, writing the story, and that's how it went. And so how did I do it, my beloved friend who may be very well watching this video? I just jumped in with both wings, both feet and both hands. I didn't know how I was going to do it. It took me a long time to, have more and more courage. I had nightmares. I never performed a solo show that had dramatic content in it as well as comedic. I did stand-up comedy. I worked as a TV and film actress a little bit. But I never. So it was a real organic process. So what I would say, if there is something you want to do, if you feel you must, then do it. Just get going. Jump in. Bon voyage, my beloveds. That's how I did it. And it wasn't pretty and it wasn't easy, my beloved friend who I'm making this video for. I just jumped in, and I would just say, if there's something you're waiting for permission for, as long as it's not going to get you in trouble. I am not telling you to do something. In my case, I was threatened. The chances of a lawsuit were there. I just felt that I must. I just must. And it was extremely disheartening. But what I will tell you is I had some auspicious experiences. The first night I went on stage in a small theater of like 100 people in Vancouver, Canada. I don't know how to explain it. The essence of my grandmother, who had been murdered, who was part of the story, she came to me, and I felt completely calm the whole time I performed because of that. I knew her spirit was with me, and that right now I'm getting serious goosebumps. And the audience wouldn't leave. They were so compelled, and I immediately received international press. There was a journalist in the audience. You know how the universe supports you when you follow your heart and you are feeling that it would, I didn't know it would add value. So I'm not going to say that, but I felt that it was the next step in my evolution as a creative, as a writer and performer. And that it was, I don't know quite what the word is. It just was, the language of following my heart and falling more in love with myself, which is what I did. So what I can tell you is fall madly in love with yourself as much as you can. If you are feeling in fear. I fell in love with my fear, not embracing it in a sense that I wanted more, but it was part of me. So I went, girl, love your fear. And it, in a sense, helped to dilute it. If, most of us come from a certain amount of shame. Our society is sick with shame. If there is shame in you, love the shame, love that part of you, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else. And it will diminish, it will dilute, it will transform, into the love that you are. So really, that is what I did. Now I just want to check my notes here. Just remember, whatever your story is, if your story is about, I'm not good enough, I'm not old enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not wise enough, I don't wear enough bright colors. Nobody's going to want to hear this. It's a story full of shame, whatever. As long as you must feel in your bones, in your soul, in your gut, that this is the best next step. You say to yourself, I'm going to take imperfect action and move forward. Move forward. Stop waiting for permission. From who? I didn't get permission. It changed my life. My play won many awards. One of my sisters thanked me for changing her life. My father ultimately thanked me and publicly came out with a story himself. That's the feather in my cap. I attracted Arthur Hiller from Hollywood, who, some of you may know, directed Love Story in the 70s. He attached himself to direct a multicast feature film screenplay I wrote about the story. It went on and on and on. My book was traditionally published, my memoir, my play was published traditionally. No regrets. Okay, so that's just the part I want to tell you. However, if I had one wish for you, beloveds, and for me, it is to be authentically full of love. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not. If you are absolutely dying to tell your story, or to tell a story, or to sing a song, or to build a house, or whatever or to have a family, whatever it is, stop waiting for permission. There is no perfect time. The whole thing is about moving ahead, in imperfectly taking action. And some days don't feel totally in alignment. You can find a way to feel better about it by breathing and humming. So if I could have said to my younger self one thing, it would have been, before you write the story, before you get on stage, before you read the reviews, which you don't always want to do anyway, because it's just an opinion, and I was blessed to have many good ones, one or two cuckapoo entitled, I'll always learn from it, never take it. You are not your reviews. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Breathe into your belly and hum. We're going to do one full one now, and before you take action, soothe yourself into the love vibration that you are. That is the root of who you are, and it will help you with everything. Get out of your head. Stop thinking. So if I had known how to do this, I wouldn't have given myself certain physical ailments, and I'm not going to get into right now, it's another video, because I was in anxiety, and I didn't know how to stay in the love vibration when I was co-creating with people. Some of them were very high vibration and some of them not so high. So I took it all to heart, and it hits your body. So let's do a beautiful I'm Franny's. This is a combination of humming and love intelligence and breath work, and it will get your chakras in alignment. And those of you who've seen, many of my other videos, I go into depth. We're just going to do one long form from. Here we go. Breathe into your belly, and we're going to bring in the love that you are. And I just want to say to you from the bottom of my heart, because you can say I love you, but you can be thinking, oh, I said I love you, and you're thinking, why didn't you, invite me over for dinner last month, you goon? But gosh, get in touch with the love that you are, the truth. Get out of your head. Stop thinking. And if it's talking in gibberish can help you, just be a little playful and get into breathe. And we're going to go up from Mother Earth, in through our feet, from Gaia. Take a big love breath. the love that you are. And I love you all so much. We're one big love family. Up through our feet, all of our fascia, our heels, up through our beautiful calves, knees. Ooh, and this is the love trunk. Up, keep breathing even when I'm talking. Breathe up through your thighs, your hips, your sexual, spiritual organs, all of your chakras. Breathe into your lower ribs. Breathe bigger, 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 way bigger than your body. All the way to Botswana. Breathe all the way to Canada. Another only belly breath, shoulders down. Belly breath all the way to Africa. Another belly breath, my beloveds, all the way to Yugoslavia. Belly breath all the way to the Middle East. Peace and love to the Middle East, to our whole country, to all the countries, to the worlds, the galaxies, all of our benevolent brothers and sisters in all the galaxies. Belly breath, we're going up through all our organs, our ribs. Belly breath, down our beautiful arms and out our hands and fingers. Belly breath, up through your breast tissue, through your neck. Oh yes, back of your teeth, front of your beautiful smile that illuminates the world, through your belly breath into your ear canals, into your nose. Belly breath into the lights that light up the world, the lights in your eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul, baby. My father, my biological father would say that all the time. Belly breath. And into your third eye. Yeah, activate pineal gland. Pineal gland. Pineal gland. Boom, into your short forehead. Okay, now I'm talking gibber. Crown of the head. Okay, belly breath. We're going to hum down, bring heaven, earth. Any beloveds in non-physical that have transitioned and you want their only highest and best energy, their love energy. We're going to breathe in angels, fairies of the universe, God, goddess, or whatever you call it. We're all from the unified field of love, bye-bye. Keep on humming with me, even if I'm talking. Acting 15 to 24 times more nitrous oxide from your pineal gland. Third eye. This also activates vagus nerves. Another belly breath. Belly breath. And thank Mother Earth. I love you so much. I have so much I want to share, but I'm going to keep this brief and just say, Wishabaka lala, Oshaba, Bala, Nasha, Ashkala, Shbalala, Yeshitiraka, Lashka.